Last night I received a call from a very good friend of mine here in the Canary Islands, a Canarian. He's gone to Germany and got a really good job there. Very happy for him. But it reminded me, I actually spent a year in Germany, and I like recently forgot about that, back in the early 80s. Now back then Ireland was an economic basket case. I was out of work and this German company came up to Ireland to recruit people. I went to Dublin for an interview. Don't get excited, it was a cleaning company, and so they picked 4 people and we were cleaners in this Air Force base up in an island called Sylt, Sylt, in northern Germany, just near Denmark. So the 4 of us arrived and I met my other Irish colleagues, and to say that we all had a little personal problems would be a big understatement. I was a compulsive gambler. One of the Dublin guys was the worst alcoholic I've ever met in my life at an early age. I haven't met anyone like him ever since. Like, we're all in our early 20s. The other Dublin guy was the biggest fantasist I've ever seen, and I include Donald Trump in that. And the Kerry guy, let's say, he had this little problem with drugs, right? So like, you can imagine the mix. And one of the biggest problems we had over there in Ireland back then, you get paid once a week, you get cash in an envelope. And then we got to Germany, they said that we got paid once a month into a bank. Now you mightn't think that's a problem, like, but waiting for that money, like, we used to be like crazy. And then we get paid and we go absolutely nuts. It would be like those cowboys on a one of those cattle rides, when they're pushing cattle from town to town, like, and we'd hit the town and the bars, like, we'd be like absolutely insane. And then we run out of money after a week or two, and we swear we would never do the same again. Of course, when we got the money again, we got absolutely nuts. I remember one day crossing the street and a German policeman stopped me, and he actually said, you needed to wait for the traffic lights. And I said, it was a Sunday. I said, there's no cars coming. And he said, doesn't matter. I said, in Ireland you can do this if there's no cars coming. And I said, I'm Irish. And he goes, I know you're Irish. Everyone knows you're Irish. He said, we all know the 4 of you on the island, the 4 Irish on the island. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not a good thing. So anyway, one day the Kerry guy was putting on some chips on a frying pan, took his eye off the ball, set the place on fire. It was one of those prefabricated places. So it was a very expensive island. Billionaires went there on holidays. There's a big casino there, and so we had to be put up in this place. We put up in a luxury apartment. So it wasn't so bad. And then Peter, the German boss, said, like, you need to replace your clothes, and the insurance is going to pay for it. So here's the company credit card. Big mistake. We went into a shop, and I swear the 4 of us came out. It was like a scene from Top Gun, right? We all had these 4 expensive, like, leather jackets and designer sunglasses when we came out. And he said, what have you done? He said, I don't remember you wearing leather jackets. And I said, well, Peter, you only ever see us at work. We all lost our leather jackets. So anyway, the insurance company paid for it. How bad. But over time, we got into too much crazy stuff, like nothing bad, nothing illegal or anything like that. But we used to work, when we got paid, we'd work till 6 a.m. or no, we'd be in the pub at 6 a.m. in the morning. We'd go straight to work, and I don't know how many times we fell into a swimming pool because we fell asleep on the brush. There was one day they asked us to clean a basketball court because there was like this team coming over from East Germany playing the West German team, and I came up with a great idea, putting a load of water in front of this big mop, and I said, we'll do it faster. Went in the next day, we got killed because they had to cancel the basketball match because all the players were slipping on the floor, But that was like crazy days. Eventually, anyway, we kind of fell one by one. I was the last to leave. I think I lasted a year there, And I told the boss, and he said, oh, I'd be so sad to see you go. And I said, why? I thought you'd be very happy. He said, it's been crazy, but it's been the best year of my life, the most interesting year of my life. Now, I said to him, look, Peter, I have a question, right? You came over to Ireland, there was mass unemployment there. Surely a lot of people you interviewed, you could have found 4 better people than us. And he said, I've often thought of that. He said, I went over to Ireland to employ the A team. He said, I came back with the Z team.